I have this really interesting 2017 challenge. It is my belief that everybody has a ton of tchotchkes, ton of former clothes, ton of electronics, I'm trying to find my iPhone, but different generation iPhones, flip phone, thank you, J-Rock, iPhone 4 sitting in your closet, a Ram Man, one that's actually from '84, that would probably go for $9. Here's my big belief. My big belief is this, my friends. The 2017 Flip Challenge is this. I believe that if you amass the hours that you allocate to a iPhone game for 3 hours here, to when you're on the bus commuting for an hour, instead of just reading, escapism's important, but if you want the $21,000 that I think you'll get at the end of the year, and by the way, we're gonna have a 21/7 family thing at the end. We'll have like a $21,700 club, and everybody who's hit it, maybe we'll all get together at the end of the year. Let me figure it out. By the way, I just changed my mind. It is $20,170. The 2107, the $21,700 challenge means it's the year 2170. Oh. Yeah, I was like, what the hell? I was like driving yesterday. I was like, what? Anyway, we're gonna have a $20,170 challenge. No cheating, and you need to be fresh. There's a bunch of people like Resi Resales and some of the other people that are already making tons of money.
Marshall's employees think I'm Santa Claus out here spending $2,000 on shoes. Little do they know I'm getting that online money.
New fresh, you've never done it before, or you've never amassed more than 5,000 before, and you're gonna do this. $20,170 challenge. I believe if you take that 1 hour when you're commuting and actually search on eBay and search what are clothes worth, what are hammers worth, like what is this hammer worth? Do you reckon how much this hammer will go for?
$20.
Yeah, $7.99, better than zero, especially when you don't have it.
You have two hammers, $14.
Where's the other hammer?
Right there.
Fuck, two hammers, $14. Actually, this hammer might go for $9. But you can easily go search hammer, and you can go then to completed items, sold items, and see what people are doing. The tens of, let's go ask AJ actually. Bro, real quick, how many hours do you think you put in researching eBay sold, like how do we build our education? How many hours, really? What's your
Realistically?
Realistically.
You tweeted thousands, right?
But it's not thousands,
It's not
right?
thousands.
I get excited sometimes.
I would say...
We would get pumped on Friday nights. Let me tell you
do
a
it for like
story.
2 or 3
You're like
hours, just that.
On Friday nights, me and AJ would literally be on Instant Messenger back in the day, pre-mobile, and right, pre-mobile.
Yeah, it's
and
Messenger.
2003.
I'll laugh again because I haven't used this Messenger in a long time.
Yeah, we literally would stay, like, we would have to get up we lived far away. I was in New York, he was in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. I would go and drive, we met at Springfield because you were driving now. Anyway, nonetheless,
like
we'd have to get up
4 hours.
We'd have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning to go to these flea markets and then garage sales. And at midnight, we're like sending each other a link like, wait a minute, marbles are worth a lot of money.
Buttons and jars.
Do you have any video games?
What do you think, Gare?
What's the best you think you can do on it?
40?
Give the lady 40. I like it. Anyway, take every hour this year to make this 21.
I would say 150 to 300 hours.
Okay, great.
And by the way, it still happens.
And by the way, we only did it on like 15 categories. It's a never-ending game.
Well, because you want to be in a position, if you want to buy mugs, you got to be in a position that when you walk into a garage sale and they have 40 mugs and they're asking $5 a piece, you need to be able to cherry pick 2 of them. So that's why you have to go deep.
Expert. But AJ, the thing that's changed huge. Did AJ have to go?
Right. If you have your phone, you can look it up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be $200. Really?
40 to 200, boys and girls.
All the pieces for 150.
That's how you make $150 in 10 seconds at 7:30 in the morning on a Saturday. It's easier. You have a phone on you. You take your phone, you take the eBay app. You can literally scan some items if they have a UPC, but if not, you just search Flintstones mug. You go to completed items. You see how much it's sold for, how often it's sold, understand the supply and demand of the market. And if the person, by the way, mugs are a quarter. They're not $5 at garage sales. They're a quarter, maybe $1, and you're like, I'll give you 50 cents. And if you can make $9, it's also a great hobby. But most of all, here's the punchline. So many of you are trying to build a business, and you're begging for money. You're crippled by not having money. I have a huge community now on social networks, and there are, I don't know how many people wouldn't want to have $20,170 extra in their pocket, and a lot of you have bigger ambitions. I know a lot of you are about to say, oh, this is small, I don't need it, it's taking away time, I could be working on my business. I don't want you to take time away from your business. I don't want you to take time away from your family. I want you to take your time away from other dumb shit If you're complaining, if you don't complain and you don't want the $20,170, then do you. Play Call of Duty. Watch fucking every bowl game. But if you're complaining and you're struggling and you're hungry and you can't breathe because you want to win like me, well then do this. Because every one of you has a foundation of between $500 and $5,000 worth of junk in your closet, attic, and garage basement right now. Every one of you. It's insane. Even the poorest of us in America have stuff laying around. A jacket you're not wearing anymore. Sneakers that are out of style. Those sneakers go for 19 bucks. I mean, D-Rock, I really need you to spread a bunch of stuff from like the social networks, like screens here while I'm yapping. I want people to see I made 200 bucks today. I made 700 bucks today. I made 38 bucks today. The key is doing your homework. The one thing I want to make sure, I've seen a lot of you post and be successful, but you've sold your product for half the price because you created a buy it now price that is half the price of its worth. This image that I sent D-Rock, completed and sold items. You have to understand that. You have to understand what things sell for, and you have to understand if they sell. The reason completed matters is you can see 58 people didn't sell that, goofy toy, and one person sold it for 18 bucks, and that's why you can't price it at 18 bucks, buy it now, and think it's just gonna sell because the supply and demand is off. It always comes down to the work. This is the most practical, real advice that I've given that actually generates dollars. It is massively important if you want to be successful in life to know and try and learn how to make money. If you don't learn that, you are vulnerable in any business or anything that you create. And so I'm very excited about this, young and old, learning this craft because you learn supply and demand, you learn market conditions, you learn speed of execution, you learn so many things. This is the foundational execution of how AJ was built as a kid. So I'm excited about you doing it, but please make sure you do the work. And so many of you already, I'm seeing it, are pricing things way too early, way too high, stuff's not selling because you miraculously think people are gonna overpay, and way too low because you're pumped to sell this sweater for $33, but it was worth $57. So there's strategies of listing it at 99 cents and letting the market take over, but if you're not good at listing the name, putting out the title, you may spell something wrong or not put the extra thing or not even know the nuance of it. There's millions of people. Probably not. There's tens of thousands of people searching on eBay for your misplay, right? So do your homework, learn, search, learn how to search, play within it. I can put you there, but you've got to take over and do the work to understand that marketplace. So put in those hours, learn, and don't be crippled. Don't be crippled that you sold a sweater for 33 when it was 57. Those learning experiences are good too. So that's the punchline, that's the challenge. $20,170, in my opinion, easily made this year if you take the 300 to 500 hours that you were gonna throw directly in the trash doing jack shit and applying it to becoming educated and learning the markets. We didn't get into buying stuff on Craigslist, then flipping it on eBay, buying stuff on eBay and then selling it on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace I think is a huge arbitrage. A lot of people don't know. They're just posting stuff. Buy there, sell on eBay. There's also all these flipping apps, let go or something. I gotta do the homework, but everything always matters. The photos matter. Posting it on social matters, but don't spam people because you'll lose them. Selling them on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or Etsy matters. Buying t-shirts on eBay and then selling them as thrifty vintage stuff on Etsy may create a huge arbitrage, and you don't have to go garage sailing and Goodwill hunting. And so it's amazing how many things matter. D-Rock and I were just talking about the questions that are coming in. These are Googleable. Don't ask me. Don't ask Resi Resells, who's crushing it. Google it. It's all there. It's just the work. You want me to answer you in DM form real quick? You could have gotten the answer in 4 seconds if you actually put in the 15 minutes to click 17 different links and read and watch a couple of videos or read an article or two. And I do believe that an enormous amount of people in my community can make $20,170 this year converting leisure time into flipping time, going to Goodwill, going to garage sales. We're gonna go hard. We're gonna do some garage sale videos this summer, this spring, D-Rock, and that's the challenge ahead.
Hey D-Rock, hey Gary, John Gianni here at Develop Them on Instagram with my son Lex. So you wanted to know about selling these things on eBay. I grabbed this here at a garage sale in my neighborhood for $5. In less than 24 hours, I ended up selling it for $20 on eBay. Once I did that, my son Lex sold these 2 video games for $4 a piece.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks for all you guys do. Have a great day.
For real though, I just dropped 2 G's on some shoes. I'm mad at myself. I thought it was gonna be 3 G's. I wasn't keeping track.
About to pull up and get some pizza on the business card. You know how it goes. When you drop a couple G's, you about to get some pepperoni and cheese.
Gary, taking your advice and selling my collectibles from childhood to help fund my new company.
Hey Gary, D-Rock. I'm on a roll with eBay and also Craigslist. Let's start with Craigslist. Yesterday morning, I sold 2 couches. I put them on Craigslist. They were gone by 5 o'clock yesterday. Made $400. And now the eBay, I got these Christmas inflatables. Got the ugly Christmas sweater. Got a guy coming to meet me. Give me $40. I got a couple more on eBay. One's going for $95. Seriously? Thanks, Gary. In for 5 and more.